Hey guys, this is Arhanis, and I wanted to update my PS3 collection in another series of videos. I'm gonna go over my entire collection again because I have gotten like 50 games or so, and that's it. So here we go. The first one is 007 Quantum of Solace. I haven't played this game, but I've heard that this is one of the best recent James Bond games. The next one is one of my I don't know. I could say it's one of my favorite games here. It's 3D Dot Game Heroes. It's a pretty cool homage to in parody to the Legend of Zelda, like the Link to the A Link to the Past. Um, Ace Combat Assault Horizon. This was a bit of a letdown for me because they implemented a new dogfight mode, and I'm not a big fan of that. I'm more like the old school PS2 Ace Combat games and gameplay, like the PSP versions as well. This is one of the new additions after Samurai. I haven't played the game, but I heard that it's not that great, and I actually have one of the movies, the second one. This is a pretty cool beat 'em up RPG, Akiba Strip, Undead and Undressed. It's a pretty cool game if you're into anime and stuff. Alice Madness Returns. I haven't played this one, but I played a little bit of um, American Magic's Alice, which you can download and play in this game. You can download it for free. It was I think you need to put the disc in and download the game, or I don't remember if you can go directly to the store or if the game is still available, the original game, but I was able to get that one. I hated game Alien Colonial Marines. I played this game a little bit, and while it's not a good game, it's not as bad as it says as said. It is not a good game. So far, I would give it like a 7. Average shooter. A lot of glitches, a lot of errors, but still, I kind of enjoy my little time that I have put into it. But I'm hoping to finish it soon and start all over again. Uh, Alien versus Predator. This game has gotten a bit pricey, so I was able to pick it up like for it was 200 Mexican pesos. Right now it's about 18 $18 or so, maybe. Yes. Alpha Protocol by Obsidian. This game is an espionage RPG, and you have like those kind of choices like you do in Mass Effect that do affect how your enemies and how your superiors see you, and also I'm not sure how it does affect like the course of the game, but it has like multiple endings, and I think I got the best ending here. And the game starts a bit slow, and you like literally can't do much because you don't have like a lot of unlocked like I wouldn't say like power ups, but like abilities and so. But over time, you get more experience points, and you get to learn more stuff, and it's actually a pretty cool game. Anarchy Reigns. If you remember Final Fight, if you remember the Fighting Force, this is that kind of game. By Platinum Games, it is very over the top in design, and also is a bit of a futuristic. It is kind of cool because even though you're walking in the street and you have to fight like the bad guys and stuff, there's also like environmental hazards. Sometimes you get like a warning that there is a bombing going out in the city or something, or sometimes like a train or a bus goes crazy and can run you over and also run the enemies over. So it's a pretty cool game. Haven't finished it though. Artoneliko Kuoga Nell of RCL. One of the weirdest games, and I wanted to pick up this game because I've heard great things from previous Artoneliko games. It is a JRPG, but in recent days, I mean, from like the PS3 generation and forward, um, most RPGs turn into action RPGs. There's not many, uh, there aren't many like turn-based RPGs like in the Final Fantasy of old, or or other games, and I kind of miss that stuff. And this game, it's kind of weird because the gameplay has to be a bit rhythmic. So I haven't figured it out yet how to properly play it. So I haven't put much into it. I think I played it for like 3 hours or so. This is another of my new additions, the Army of Two. I played a little bit of the 40th Day, which is the sequel, but on the PSP, and I kind of liked it. I didn't finish it, but I started this game just to make sure that it works properly because it has a few scratches. So I wanted to see if the game could be installed and if it could and if it was playable, and it was. I initially said that I wouldn't get the Assassin's Creed games, but I decided to what the hell. So I got the Americas collection, which has the previously exclusive to the Vita and now on HD for PS3. I'm not sure if for 360 and the rest, which is the Assassin's Creed Liberation, Assassin's Creed 3, and Black Flag. Now, I would have preferred to go physical on each. I mean, to get the physical Assassin's Creed 3 and Black Flag, but this game actually has Black Flag in the disc to play it, and you installed Liberation in 3 because I'm more like a fan of having each of the games on its own disc. So I might get Assassin's Creed later on, the third one. I mean, because this is the only way to get a physical edition of Liberation. So it was a good edition. Uh, Asura's Wrath. I haven't played this game, but I've heard great and bad things about it. The bad thing that everybody talks about is that the game virtually has no ending unless you buy the DLC, which was a bummer that Capcom decided to do that because you will never get to see the true ending, or basically you don't get to see the ending because there is a missing chapter tied to DLC only. So that sucks. The next one is a very strange and hard to find fighting game, which is Aqua Pazza. It has characters from different like games, animes, and series. I don't know. I played a little bit of it, and it's actually it's it's a good game. Pretty weird, but it's from the same guys that made the Persona fighting games. I think it's from Axis, but it's published by Atlas. So I'm trying to get all the physical releases by Atlas on the PS3. So I'm close to having them all. Next one is I got the Avatar game because before I went to see the second movie, I wanted to see the first one, which I never did when it was released. So I got the DVD because I couldn't find it on Blu-ray. So I watched it and really liked it. It wasn't like the best movie like many people said, but it was a very 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 good movie. The second one I really did like that one a lot too. So I decided to get the game. I haven't played it yet, but I decided to get the game because I heard that it isn't that bad, even though it's a movie tie-in. This is the game that I'm currently playing. Is the Awakening Fate Ultimatum. This is an action RPG where you actually are fighting for. It's basically angels versus devils. So you are in the angels side, but it's one of those games where you need to choose who of these girls you talk to because they're both good girls. So you need to either talk to either one of them, and you get different points to be applied for different abilities. So when I changed my hard drive on the PS3, I lost all of my saves. So this was very advanced. I was very advanced invested on this one. So I'm close to where I was. I think I was on chapter 15, and I'm currently on chapter 13. So each dungeon it's a chapter, so I'm not that far away. Next one is Batman Arkham Origins. I got this game because I purchased like 7 games for a very very cheap price. But I wanted to give it a try because a lot of people talked about a lot of crap about this game, and I actually find this game to be very very good. The fighting mechanics is as you remember from Arkham Asylum and Arkham City. so it's not a bad thing. It's just that it's not made by Rocksteady, which I don't find to be that much of a big deal, especially after I heard and seen reviews on how Arkham Knight isn't that great. So I'm stuck on PS3 because I decided to start to collect for the PS3, so I don't have any PS4. I'm looking forward to getting a PS5 soon, hopefully. Next one is Arkham Asylum. This was given by one of my childhood friends when I got my PS3. This was my second game. The first one I got was Uncharted 3, which was bundled with my PS3. So I played this game. I haven't get the platinum trophy, but I'm close to. So there it is. It's a pretty cool game of the year edition, where you get to play as the Joker. And I recently got the Primus officially strategy guide, so pretty cool. Arkham City, I haven't played it that much. I only played it for like half an hour. Batman: The Telltale series. I was looking forward to this game to get it on physical release because I played the demo and I thought that it wasn't released physically, but when I saw it and I saw it very cheap, I decided to go for it, and it's in pretty neat condition. It's actually, well, the disc is basically new. I'm not sure if the game has any instructions or anything. I'm trying to get complete games. I'm one of those guys that if it doesn't have a manual, I may not buy the game. So next one is my favorite shooting game, which is Battlefield Bad Company 2, which sadly will go offline by the end of the year. And I really love this game. With this game, I actually made very good friendship with 3 of my buddies that we used to play from time to time, but one of them, his PS3 got busted. The other one got a sorry, the other one got a PS4. So, but we're still in contact. So hopefully we get to that. Battlefield 3, I haven't played much online on this one, but I'm currently playing the campaign. I'm one of those guys that buys games for campaigns. I'm not. I do like playing online, but I'm one of those guys that gets Call of Duty for the single player. So I also get Battlefield for the single player, because eventually, like it's gonna happen with Battlefield Bad Company 2, the online goes offline. So Battlefield 4, I have already completed the campaign. I have played quite a lot on online on this game. And the weird thing about the PS3 is that if you're playing the single player game and for some reason you go play online, the game has an error on PS3 and I think 362 where your save gets deleted or your campaign gets deleted and you have to start from scratch. So if you're gonna play the single player mode, which I doubt you will, just finish it and then go online. Next one is Battlefield Hardline. I don't think of this game as a Battlefield. I see it more like a cup shooter. I mean, not to shoot cups, but like a, you know my drill. You know the drill. Because this is basically police versus criminals. The only thing that is tied to the Battlefield is basically the name and the developers dice, but the game isn't that bad. It's just not Battlefield. So it is a very good game still. Next one is Bayonetta. I haven't played it yet because I'm close to 300 PS3 games on physical release plus like 70 digital, so I haven't played it yet, but I'm looking forward to it because it's by Platinum Games. I'm also trying to get all the Platinum games here. Next one is Ben 10 Galactic Racer. I'm trying to get all the kart racing games on PS3. And unfortunately, this game, even though it doesn't have much scratches for some reason, it won't load. It installs on my console, but when I try to load the game to play it, it doesn't go to the main menu. So it gets. I left it the other day for like 2 hours and it wouldn't load. So I'm looking forward to getting it again. Sadly, when I realized about the issue, it was like months after I bought it, so too bad. Next one is Bejewel. This game includes Bejewel, Zuma, and Feeding Frenzy. So I got this game actually for Bejewel because my favorite game like Bejewel is one that is called Puzzle Quest Challenge of the Warlords, which I have on my PSP. Not physically because my PSP is bootleg. So it's modified. So I play that game a lot. It's one of those Connect 4 games, matching 4 or matching 3 or whatever. And it also has Suma. If you remember, Suma is the little frog that shoots color balls. You need to match them before they reach like the goal and you lose. So I really liked Bejeweled. So for some reason I was never into Candy Crush, even though it's like the same kind of gameplay. I hated Candy Crush. I don't game that much on cell phone. The only game I played is it's actually one of those kind of games, which is let me see what's the name. Empires and Puzzles. That's the one that I played. Next one is Binary Domain. This game is a shooter, a cover shooter, third-person shooter, and it's basically like the Terminator game we never got. So it's humans versus robots. It has like a little twist there in the story. And the cool thing about this game is that you get to give orders to your companions, and depending how good you treat them, they will respect you and follow your orders. So if you're treating them bad, and for some reason you're treating them bad, and you give them an order, they can tell you to basically go F yourself. So that's a pretty cool thing to do. Next one is a game that I just finished, which is BioShock Ultimate Rapture Edition. The good thing about this game is that it has BioShock, all the DLC, but the bad thing is that BioShock 2, it's to install on your PS3, but it has all the DLCs as well. So I just finished the first one, and I actually really liked it, so I go to the second one later on, and I wanted to have the second one on physical release, so here it is, BioShock 2. And the next one is the first one I played, which is the first BioShock I played, which is BioShock Infinite. I had my first edition I had was the BioShock 3 they used to have the BioShock 1 install, and I never played it there. I just for a few minutes or something. I think I got scared like when the first splicer appeared on BioShock 1. But I really loved BioShock Infinite, and I really liked the story. So by the end of the story of this game, no spoilers, it connected with the first one. So sorry, I wanted to see what was in the first one to connect to this one. So I decided to get the complete edition, which is a bit pricey, but I actually got it for like 200 pesos, Mexican pesos. Again, like right now it's like $18. Next one is Bleach Soul Resurrection. This game, I just played it a little bit, and it's actually a pretty cool hacker slash game. And I actually like the anime. I only watched like the 5 seasons that are on Netflix. I haven't watched the rest because I'm one of those guys that sometimes I like to see anime in Spanish, in Latin American Spanish, rather than Japanese, unless there is no translation or dubbing on my language. So I found that the rest of the Bleach series is in Crunchyroll, and one, I don't use Crunchyroll, and second, it's in Japanese. So sorry guys. The next one is Blur. Blur is a racing game a la Mario Kart, but with real cars. So it's pretty fun take on racing here. The next one is my Borderlands triple pack. It has the 3 Borderlands with all the DLC. All the games are in the disc. You don't have to install them. That's what I liked about it, that you don't have to install the games. You just need to put the game in, the disc in, select which game to play, and then you get to play that game. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. So I'm close to finish the first one. Next one is Brothers in Arms Hell's Highway. I heard good things about this game. It's one of the early releases on the PS3, so it's one of those games that doesn't have trophies. I used to think that having trophies was a big deal, but then I realized that I was missing on very good games with no trophies, so I decided to give this a chance. I haven't played it that much, but it's more strategy shooter than just going like in Call of Duty or Battlefield, where you just run like crazy shooting everybody up. Not this one. Next one is the Bourne Conspiracy. I'm a pretty big fan of the Jason Bourne movies, especially the ones with Jason Bourne. The Bourne Legacy was cool with Jeremy Renner, but there was no Jason Bourne. So, and this game is pretty cool because you do feel like you're Jason Bourne. The only downside to this is that you end up doing like the same moves over and over, so it gets a bit dull, but it is very enjoyable. Here's another game that is it's one of those hidden gems, which is Brutal Legend. When I heard about this game, I heard that it was like a love letter to heavy metal, and while the soundtrack is very, very, very cool, I got to know many bands that I didn't know. Um, it starts very good as a hack and slasher, then it goes open world, and then it goes RTS. And I'm not a big fan of RTS games, so when it starts going RTS, the pace goes down and it gets boring, sadly. But give it a go, you might like it. Next one is Burnout Paradise. Um, I wanted to have this game because I do remember playing the original Burnout games by Acclaim on the PS2 and also the ones on the PSP. And I decided to get this one. And the only thing that I didn't like is that for some reason I remember that it doesn't have like a map on the game, or when you're playing it doesn't give you directions like where to go. You need to like pause the game, go to the map, see if you're going to the right location, something like that. That's what I didn't like about it. It goes a bit confusing, but hey, in real life you don't get any maps unless you're having a GPS. Okay, this game is Cabela's African Adventures. The only reason I got this game is because it was bundled with a gun that you attach your. No, actually, I think it works like a controller. It is not like the one that you control the PS Move controller. No, I think it works like a controller, and that's the only reason why I got it, because it was fairly cheap. I did play a few Cabela's games on the PSP, and it was kind of cool to play hunting games. Now, these are two games that I wanted to have because I grew up with the anime, but also because these are the like Latin America edition, which are for Knights of the Zodiac or Saint Seiya, Caballeros del Zodiaco, here in Mexico. And the downside to this game, it doesn't have Spanish. It's Japanese with Spanish subtitles, so I could have gotten the regular American edition. And funny story is that this edition is the pricey one. So it's actually the games are kind of mediocre, aren't that great. I played a little bit of Battle for Sanctuary, and it's not that great of a game. Next one is okay. I'm going fast here. Now is the time for Call of Duties. World at War, Black Ops, Black Ops 2, Black Ops 3. They doesn't have a campaign on PS3, which totally sucks. But for some reason, I got hooked on the multiplayer. It is the worst version to play it, but that's the only version that I can get. Then get Modern Warfare. This is one of the latest games that I got from Call of Duty. My favorite, Modern Warfare 2. Modern Warfare 3 was a letdown in the campaign mode. I didn't like how the story ended up with Soap, and I'm not a big fan of Captain Price. Funny story, my favorite Call of Duty is Ghosts. For some reason, I really like this game. And right now, I think that Activision, that is like remaking all the Call of Duty Modern Warfare games. I think they should revisit Ghost. That game deserves another chance. It ended up in a cliffhanger, and I think that it could turn into something good if they properly work the story. They can even like remake or change Ghost a little bit and then continue the series, or just basically go for a sequel. But one can dream. Um, Advanced Warfare, it isn't that bad, but it isn't that greatest. So it's just another Call of Duty. Castlevania Lord of Shadows Collection. It includes Mirrors of Fate, which was originally only on DS, so it's a HD remaster for PS3. I'm not sure if it's on 360. Plus, it has Lord of Shadows and a Lord of Shadows 2 demo. I absolutely loved Lord of Shadows. I haven't played Mirror's Face to the end. I think I'm like past half of the game, but it has a lot of loading times. But this one, Lord of Shadows, absolute fantastic game. The music is great. The graphics are very good for the PS3, and I'm a big Castlevania fan, and for some reason I was not a big fan of the 3D Vanias on the 64 because I didn't have a 64, or the PS2 games. I never liked those, but for some reason this one hooked me. Like they did Castlevania, 3D Castlevania like they should have. So, um, Lord of Shadows 2, I haven't played much of the game, but what I played, I really liked. The game wasn't well received. The game has amazing music and graphics, but I think like the downside for people is that I think that if I'm not mistaken, I think it goes back and forth between the future and the past. Next one is one of the weirdest games that you can find and play, which is Catherine. It's Atlas, so it's a very weird game. And this game has two covers. One is like the rarest one, but I it is more pricey, but I just wanted to have the game, so I bought it. And then I was given the soundtrack and the instructions book, so I kind of have like a half collector's edition. Next is The Club. It's one of those like shooters from the early days of the PS3, um, published by Sega, and it's actually kind of fun. But I think it was more like to be played multiplayer rather than offline. But it is what it is. Next is Condemned Bloodshot. Condemned 2. This is a scary game, and I don't play much scary games, so I got it. I was under the impression that it was like a first-person adventure game or something. Like, oh, blood and gore. Oh, it has like creatures. Okay, cool. But it scared the shit out of me. So I might return to it eventually. Might. Okay, my PS3 can run Crysis. So I have Crysis 2, which I haven't played much. I think like I played it like I think like I'm 3 hours into the game or something. It is very cool game. And also got Crysis 3 because I had the second one, so I had to get that. So I'm gonna finish this video with the last game. It is a published by Atlas, but it's like the biggest letdown for a Atlas game, which is The Cursed Crusade. I didn't play much of this game, but because at the start of the game, you get to a cutscene. Then you play for like 5 minutes, walk from point A to point B, cutscene. You get this, another point A to point B, 5 minutes or so, cutscene. So either they could have just do a big cutscene for that section, or no cutscene. I'm not sure, but that's the thing that I didn't like. here I have also no, I think I'll save those for the other videos because I have other games here. But this is the first video. I think I'm gonna give it like I think I'm gonna do like 5 or 6 videos because I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 towers of games plus collectors and my mini consoles. I only have 2, but and other PS3 goodies that I have. So that's it. Thank you very much for watching for my 10 viewers, and I'll see you in the next one.